Today we're diving into the 5 most annoying things about living on Vancouver Island. Now, don't get me wrong, I do love living here, but like any place, it has its little quirks and idiosyncrasies. So let's explore some of the challenges that come with life on Vancouver Island. First up, transportation and accessibility. So getting on and off the island typically involves a ferry, which can be expensive. It can cost several $100s to get your vehicle on and pay for all the people in your vehicle. Sometimes there's delays with the ferry if there's mechanical issues. In winter storms, if it's super wavy, they'll stop the ferries from crossing for safety reasons. So you really do have to plan ahead. And then within the island, public transportation is not the same as, say, in a big city like Vancouver. There are buses, but the routes are limited and there'll be less of them. And especially in rural areas, the bus stop might not be close to where you actually live. More so than perhaps living in Vancouver, downtown Vancouver, where you can get away with not having a vehicle becomes more of a necessity living on Vancouver Island. The second annoying thing of living on Vancouver Island is the higher cost of living. Some areas are more affordable perhaps to buy the real estate, but the act of living here, of buying your groceries, it certainly can cost more than if you are in a big city where there's more options, or if you are in the prairies. The cost of living in BC is actually more and elevated than, let's say living in Alberta. But the cost of living on Vancouver Island can be even more because all the goods, all the groceries have to be transported to the island. And wages don't always keep up with these costs. And that kind of can roll into the third annoying thing of living on the island, is that there are just limited job opportunities in certain sectors, particularly in specialized fields. While there are jobs to be had in tourism, in fishing, in logging, in healthcare, and education, if you're in a niche career, it might be harder to find that job here, just simply because there are less people living here. The fourth most annoying thing about living on Vancouver Island is the impact of seasonal tourism. Tourism is a massive part of the island's economy, but it's a double-edged sword too, because when the children are out of school, come July and August, during these peak seasons, popular areas can be absolutely slammed. The traffic on the roads, you notice it. The traffic escalates a lot. Wait times in restaurants escalates. Trying to find even a campsite can be super hard. Sometimes you have to book that campsite 6 months in advance because of all the tourism that comes here. So it's a nice thing. It brings lots of money to the island, but at the same time, it can be a little bit annoying. And the fifth most annoying thing is limited access to specialized healthcare. This is a Vancouver Island problem, but it's also a BC problem and a Canada problem. While we do have hospitals, there are healthcare services available. Sometimes getting that specialized medical care can be challenging or not even available on the island. Some specialized medical treatments will force you to have to travel back to Vancouver, back to the mainland to get that appointment and to get that care. So that can of course be inconvenient, it can cost money, and it can take a lot of time. So living on Vancouver Island does have a lot of benefits. Ultimately, I am very grateful that I'm here. I do love it here, but it's not perfect. Life in this world is not perfect. So you just have to be aware of those challenges and weigh them out and consider them and say, well, can I live with that? Can I live with the healthcare challenges? Can I live with an increased cost of living? If so, come check it out. See which town you'd like to be in. And if you need any help, all of our contact information is on our website at seizethedaygroup.com.